Hey, fellow tennis nerds, I hope all is well. Welcome to another episode of This Week in Tennis. We're looking at week number 6 of the year. The past week, the one we're ending now, this is Sunday, as I'm talking to you at Central European time. Maybe not the most exciting week in tennis, but two of our predictions came through this week. Bublik to win in Marseille, which he did, and also for Ostapenko to keep on winning. She is the most consistent player on the WTA Tour so far this year. Will she keep it up in Abu Dhabi? We'll get into that very soon. So 2 predictions correct. If you want to check out our predictions, we try to do a daily match prediction on tennisnerd.net. Please do that. Big ups to Jelena Ostapenko. Got through in Linz. Pretty tough tournament. She had only really one match that she could have lost, which was against Clara Tauson, but otherwise pretty smooth sailing with straight sets and some breadsticks and stuff like that. Racket wise, she's playing with a Wilson Steam 100 BLX. I have made a video separately about this racket, so check that out. I have 2 over here, and they're very good, also used by Anisimova Raducanu. Say what you want about Ostapenko, she can be a bit of a polarizer, but she's playing some fearless, confident tennis, and it seems to be working. It will be very interesting to follow her. Already seen that some bookies are putting up pretty decent odds that she can win the French Open, and why not? In Hua Hin at the Thailand Open, we had a bit more of a surprising winner. We did not see this coming. I actually predicted Badosa to win, but she did have to retire. The injury was not something serious as far as I've understood, but didn't go as predicted. Instead, we had this Russian talent, lefty talent, Diana Schneider, with an impressive, interesting, fun to watch game. Someone you should check out. There should be some good YouTube highlights of her tennis. Only 19 years old, got her first WTA title, played college tennis at North Carolina, and quit there to pursue a professional career. And when you see her play, you can understand why. And now she actually have the receipt in form of a WTA title that this was the right decision. She is pretty famous for her headscarves that she has used since her junior days to shield her pretty fair hair from the sun, according to WTA Tour article. So those stand out a bit. So that's one way to spot her on the tennis court. But she's playing some very, very good tennis with her Eson 100. I don't know which generation this is, and it looks like Yonex Politor Fire Strings. If there's anything I get wrong with the rackets and so on, please just comment below and I'll try to correct it for future videos. In Marseille, that was the only ATP tournament. We had Bublik to win as predicted. It was a bit of a gutsy prediction, to be honest, but he had won it once before. Sometimes you just have that feeling. He does have a big serve. Indoor tennis suits him pretty well. And he did struggle in this tournament in every single match because he lost the first set in every match and was very close to going out against Chapo, who seemed to be back in great form, Denis Shapovalov. I thought he would struggle against Gaston in the first round, but he actually destroyed Gaston completely. Was close to beating Bublik, as said, but in the second set tiebreak, Bublik got it done by 14 to 12 points, and that was as close to a loss that Bublik was. Then he won all the matches in 3 sets, did beat Borna Coric in the final, also in 3 sets. And impressed throughout the week. He has recently switched to natural gut, like Daniil Medvedev. Is it razor soft in the crosses? We don't really know, but it's for sure natural gut in the mains, and they play with a very similar racket as well, the T-Fight 305. And I think that is pretty much what is under the cosmetic when it comes to Bublik's racket. Fun guy to watch when he's feeling it. I mean, he's a guy that can sometimes tank or be very uninspired, but in this tournament he wasn't inspired and he was feeling the ball well. So it's going to be dangerous in the coming week where we also play in Marseille. Other noteworthy things from the Marseille tournament was that Holger Rune retired due to forearm injury. Hopefully nothing serious. Weird retirement score, like 6-4-3-1 or something like that when he retired, or 4-1. He has stopped working with Severin Luthi after only 2 months, the Federer coach. Not a best sign when you work that, to have these short relationships with coaches. I don't think that it bodes too well. See how it goes with Boris Becker, who's also on his team. We have seen this pattern as well with Alex Zverev. These are 2 pretty hot-headed guys that seem to clash with some personality types on the tour. And we'll see if Rune can sort out his head and his hair, because there was some buzz around his haircut as well. I want to give a positive shout out to Spanish 21-year-old player who impressed by beating Richard Gasquet after also qualifying. Pablo Llamas Ruiz plays with an extreme MP, I think, with some customization. Strong player, dangerous when he finds his form, and he did push Rune in the first set as well in their match in the round of 16, I think it was. So this guy is something you should watch out for. But progress is not always so easy. I mean, the next tournament that's also being played in Marseille, he lost in the qualis first round. So you have to be a bit patient with these talents. It's not easy to make it on the pro tour, as you know. All right, so what happens this week? 3 ATP 250 tournaments and no 500s this week. We have one in Dallas. We have one in Marseille. Yes, another one, as I said. And we are also going to Cordoba in Argentina. In Dallas, we see players like Tommy Paul and Ben Shelton, these American superstars. Tiafoe is playing as well. Manarino, for you Manarino fans, he has a growing fan base, Manarino. That's what I've heard. I would go with the prediction that Shelton wins. I think these courts play pretty fast. They've had some big servers in the past winning this event, like Opelka twice and Kevin Anderson. So I think Shelton with his humongous serve could be my prediction. Obviously, it's never easy to predict a tournament winner. And then we go to Marseille, the Open 13 in Marseille. We have Andy Murray returning to action. Can he win his first match of the year? Big question mark there. Will be interesting to see what draw he gets. Field is pretty tough. Khachanov, Musetti, Korda, Hurkacz, Dimitrov. And we'll go with an interesting prediction here. Want to hear what your predictions are? I'll say that Dimitrov picks up another title. He's another informed player that just kind of lucked out of the Australian Open. He could have made that deep run there, in my opinion. Cordoba, we're on the clay. We're in Argentina. We're going to have some home players doing well, I'm pretty sure. Francisco Cerundolo, I'm sure the younger brother is also playing, but he's not as dangerous of a player. Sebastian Baez, who won last year, will be my favorite to win again. He seems to like it there. And Thomas Martin Echeverry, who has been improving quite a bit. I'm not sure how good he is on clay compared to hard courts. He seems to be more of an all court player compared to guys like Baez, who's definitely a more of a clay court guy. Shorter, has not really much of a serve, and needs to rely more on his movement. But I would keep also my eyes on Sebastian Offner, the Austrian guy. He has really improved and had some huge results in recent times. So yeah, he's also one of those contenders for the title in Cordoba. But we'll go with Baez. Usually we do like a match prediction every day on tennisnerd.net, so check that out. On the WTA Tour, we have 2 tournaments to keep our eyes on. Transylvania Open, players like Rus, Blinkova, Tauson, Alicia Parks, Cornet. I think it's a chance here for an up-and-coming player to win their first title. Maybe it's time for Clara Tauson here. Let's predict that. Let's go for a Danish title here. She has the talent, but it's not really clicked for her yet. But the most attention will go to Abu Dhabi, where we have a WTA 500 event with a lot of exciting players taking part. We have Naomi Osaka back in action. Ostapenko keeps going, the Ostapenko train. Rybakina, Jabor, Sakkari, etc. So this is a very, very star-studded event. Will be fun to watch. Can Ostapenko keep on winning? She's a player that kind of can do that, I think. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that she wins another title. Part of it says that's not going to happen, but you know, she's very, very dangerous when she gets on a roll, and she's definitely on a roll now. So only lost 1 match so far. That was at the Australian Open against Azarenka. So maybe she will keep on winning. All right, so that's what's happening this week in tennis. Let me know in the comments who do you think will win, if there's anything we should look out for. Maybe it's soon time for a Q&A or something like that. That's it. Have a nice day, and don't forget to play some tennis.